when I got the invitation, I can't tell you how excited that I was because I'll guarantee you I know more than most people up here about Henry Clay because I know I've read at least 10 biographies of Clay. And this morning when I got up, I was getting dressed and I'm trying to figure out, all right, what kind of tie am I going to wear today? And I pulled out this tie with thoroughbreds on it because Henry Clay was one of the first thoroughbred breeders in Kentucky. Henry Clay was the first what I'll call strong Speaker of the House, the real leader of the House. When our country was founded and the Congress was put together, the first speakers over the first 20 years or so came out of the English Parliament system. And they were more of a referee, didn't have any real power. But Clay was the first real Speaker of the House that had some power.
His idea was, now let me say it very clearly, his syllogism was, the Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the Speaker is the head of the majority party. See how this feels to you. The legislative majority, the Speaker is the head of the majority party. The legislative majority should shape government. Ergo, the Speaker should coordinate and direct government's course.
Did you tell the president that?
Speaker Hastert, let me ask you about the different ways that different people approach the job. Speaker Boehner talked about how Henry Clay was the first powerful speaker, and it is a command institution. There's a lot of power invested in the majority to get done what you want, but within that, there are different styles. I was talking to Steve Elmendorf, a veteran aide on Capitol Hill. All of you guys know him. He said you've got your top-down speakers and your bottom-up speakers. And Gingrich, Pelosi, Wright, top-down speakers. Clay, top-down speakers. And then you got your bottom-up speakers. You, Speaker Boehner now, with a different style. Talk a little bit about the choice that you make in how you're going to execute the job.
Well, I think we all learned from our predecessors, and I hope these folks here learned from their predecessors. But anyway, good and bad. But I always had a coaching philosophy that if the coach was in the headlines every day, the team was in trouble. If the team's in the headlines every day, team's doing pretty good.
Henry Clay has a legacy in Washington. He introduced the mint julep to Washington, D.C., the Willard Hotel. So when we're 200 years from now, what are they going to talk about what Speaker Boehner did to Washington, D.C.?
They'll know a couple hundred years from now.
I have to say that when I became Speaker with all of our agenda that we went forth, when I said no more smoking in the Capitol, that got more news than anything, especially because Mr. Boehner has sort of has a tendency in that.
Tobacco here.
I still say no more.
You know she was doing it for your own good.
We were able to work this out together.
That we were. Well, we have an amiable relationship, as I did with Speaker Hastert, on many of the, shall we say, housekeeping aspects.
Could all of you join me in thanking our guests, 50% of the living speakers of the House in the United States?